this so that she can watch it if she when she has a chance. But it's just nice to see you guys. Lindsay, how are you? Are you doing okay?
Yes. Thank you. Actually, when you were just talking about like when we don't post, if I don't post, you know something is up. So please reach out to me like you did yesterday. I was like, that's it. I got to work out. So it's good. I'm glad you
I'll try and be a little bit quicker on the uptake too. I'll be like, it's been a couple days since I've seen anything. I wonder what's going on.
I think I'm back in my groove now that those two crazy festivals, because we had a festival Friday night and a festival Saturday all day. Crazy. And so I'm trying to get everything ready for it, and it just threw me off, and I let excuses stop me from being consistent. So I'm back on track.
Good. It happens. It really does. Like all of us, like excuses are terrible, but we all have them, and it's easy to let them get in our way. It really is. I can just, in 2 words, first trimester for me. I was just lame, and I didn't post consistently. I was just kind of non-existent, and I didn't do my business very well. Anyway, so yes, I get it completely. And you had success with your festivals, right? Like with the ceramics. So it was good for them.
Yes.
You felt like it was worthwhile?
I think so, yeah. I just wish I had more time to devote. I told my husband, I'm like, why is it always the stuff like I really want to do, I don't have the time for, because the thing I don't enjoy doing the most is what pays money. Like, it pays the bills. So we're getting there.
And it's probably just going to be it's just going to be a process. And I was thinking about that for you the other day, and thinking about that being something that you could talk about, how challenging that is, and that is one of the reasons why you have wanted to coach, and to do your ceramic, to be, and to talk about that freedom of having your own, life, your own time, being in charge of where you spend your time. That's just something you could talk about totally, and the frustrations that you're facing now, and as you move forward and as your business progresses in both ways, in both businesses, but that you're able to cut down to part-time in the other, or that you're finally able to feel like you can support yourself like you need to by doing Beachbody, by doing the ceramics business, those kind of things. But I think that really, really fits hand in hand with wanting to design your own life, and not wanting to have somebody tell you when you have to be there somewhere, what you have to be doing, and that you have control over it, Anyway, I wouldn't hesitate.
I was going to ask you about that too. Yeah. Is it okay, or is it a weird conflict of interest? Because I want to talk about ceramics, but I haven't talked about it much because I don't want it to conflict with Beachbody. But is it okay to do them both and just be like, this is my life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally. There's a ton of, there are a lot of people that do this in conjunction with something else. Jessica Wyert's on our team. I don't know if you've seen her stuff, but she's a photographer. And she does that. She does it too. And there's nothing wrong with having another business that you do. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I would talk about both, and I would talk about the conflict between your full-time job that, like you said, is paying the bills right now, and these other things that you really have a desire to do, and that you're making the time to fit in the cracks to build them up, to build up those other businesses. Am I stuck? Are we back?
I can hear you. Just went slow-mo for a minute. I think you're good.
But I'm okay.
Yes.
We're back normal? Okay. Sorry about
that.
Yeah,
I think it's mine. I think it's me.
Okay, well, it's mine too. Mine says your internet connection is unstable. It said that for a second, so it's mine too. But anyway, so yeah, I wouldn't hesitate. And I think that, Chantel, you can go from the perspective of new first-time mom. It's crazy. I totally remember, and I still feel that way sometimes, what the crap is going on, and how am I fitting this in? And I think it's just a matter of those little things that you're doing to take care of yourself, the 30-minute workout, and to take care of yourself and to be healthier, and then just talking about how you are fitting it in, in those other little crevices, the other little places, how you're listening to PD when you're doing the dishes, or how I think that if people see that from your perspective as a coach, then they can understand too that there's not this like, from the get-go, it's not necessary for you to feel like you have to spend 8 hours a day doing this. And I don't know any Beachbody coach. Well, I'm sure there are those, especially toward the top, who have these humongous teams that they're taking care of that spend more time, but then they're also making millions of dollars. So, if it's making you money, then you're willing to put more time toward it probably. But anyway, it is something that I think it's easy to forget to mention, that we don't spend all of our time doing this. It's just something we're fitting in those little cracks, and just having it be part of our life. It doesn't become our lives. It's just a part of who we are. Like, it's just a part of my life. And I know I've said that before, but I have to remind myself of that. Like, Beachbody is not who I am. It's just part of it. But it is part of who I am now. Like, I try and be conscientious and try and be healthier and all those things, and try and keep track of people that I love and care about, to help them too. So anyway, that being said, do you guys have any other, like, before I go into like housekeeping stuff and just a few things I wanted to talk about today, do you guys have any other questions or concerns or comments for me? Who was it? One of my seminary teachers in high school used to ask for rude remarks. Comments, questions, jokes, rude remarks.
I did not do the module this week. It just got away from me.
That's okay. That's okay. And I'm going to talk about just a couple things from it, but you can catch up. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Like I said, it takes, I would say for module 1, it's maybe like an hour's worth of time, like to watch all the videos. So whether you have to break them up when you can or whatever, it's okay. You spent your week in the ER. Like,
yeah.
Sucks. And honestly, like, new babies, there's just some days where you're just like, we're just trying to keep ourselves alive and together. And so I'm not going to try and do other crap. And I get that too. So anyway, okay. Anybody else have anything else before I get going? And obviously you can do like Amber does and raise your hand, or just like wave at me if in the middle of me talking you're like, I have something to say. I get going in my my groove. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to go through rather quickly, because I am working on a calendar for you guys for the rest of the year. I have all the dates, and I'm going to put together a calendar that I can email to you that has all the dates for challenge groups that we are running. You guys are all frozen. Can you hear me? Oh, I'm going to wait just a second. Okay, now Chantel,
you're frozen.
Moving. Are we back? It's like
you're frozen.
Everybody froze, and I was like, oh no. Gotta love technology. Oh shoot. Okay. We'll just keep going and hope that we don't end up in super huge issues. But these are the challenge groups that are going to be running to the end of the year, and they are going to be in conjunction with some of the other coaches on Jalen's team. So if we want to do something extra, we can. If we want to do something different, we can. But I really like the format that she's got with the Facebook Prep Week group, because people are going live in there every day. Tons of good information, all the prep posts that we've done before, and then we'll do the checking in through the coach app, through the app. And I've got to figure out, and if you guys have any suggestions, we got to figure out how to get more interaction in the app between other challengers.
I think that's part of the problem with doing it in the app. It's not as, I don't think it's very user friendly. I honestly prefer doing the challenge group in Facebook myself.
Okay.
Than doing it on the app.
Okay. And maybe we do, I don't know. And maybe we can do that, and we can just run, we can do the same kind of a thing, but we could just run our smaller group. So we can do the prep week with everybody else that, with Motivation Nation, with Jalen's other coaches. Because I think what's good about that is the input that so many coaches have, and the resources and the information that's there. I think that's what's beneficial there. But if we have enough challengers ourselves, I think we could open up our own challenge group for those 4 weeks, a group on our own, and do it still on Facebook. So I'm okay with that if everybody would rather switch back over. I like being able to check in with people, or at least check on them and see who's checking in on the app. That's what's nice about the app, is that you can at a glance see who's checked in for the day, see if how many workouts they've done, how much Shakeology they've had. So from a coach's perspective, I think it's very nice. But as far as the interactive perspective, I think you're right. Like, I feel like there's just a real lack of interaction on the app. So let me see if I can come up with any ideas from other coaches first before we switch back over to Facebook, to see if they've come up with ways to make it more interactive. Because I think there probably are ways, you know what I mean? Like, I just haven't really thought about that. So let's do that. But then with this next group, if we feel like we want to, we can move it to Facebook. I don't really care. I just want to have a place for people to be, if that makes any sense. So let me just give you some of the dates coming in the future. I'm going to go through these quickly. Like I said, I'm going to have, I'll make a calendar for you. I've got it, most things in there. So this week is prep week. And then next week, a challenge group starts on the 24th. And then we are going to start a challenge group another prep week on Halloween. And obviously, like, it's going to be a video because it's prep week. It's not like there's going to be a whole lot of necessary stuff for people to do. But prep week will start on the 31st, as well as we are doing a coach test group for quarter force that starts on Halloween, that starts on the 31st. If you are willing, and I'm not going to force anybody to do this, but I would highly, highly suggest that if you are in a place where you feel like you are willing to try quarter force, to do it for 30 days and to do that program from start to finish, that it is an absolute, like, I would totally highly recommend / even if you're, like, I know everybody's been doing different stuff, 21 Day Fix, and been doing different workout programs. But if you do a program from start to finish at the launch, you will have more people come to you for challenge packs and those kind of things. So we're doing a test group for that, for just coaches only. We are all invited to participate in that, and there'll be prizes for it. It's a group that Micah is doing. So it's going to be like really just super fun way for different coaches for all of us to get that experience of quarter force. We'll do the program, and then we'll have another challenge group after that will be mainly quarter force people who then see the results, see how cool it is, because it really is a cool program, and then jump in for the next challenge group of it. Does that make sense? Amber? You're muted. There you go.
Yeah, I'll totally do it.
Okay, and I'll get the details to you for how to join the group. But that will start on Halloween. All you really have to do, like, if you don't want to buy the full program, so here's my suggestion. If you buy the base kit or the deluxe kit, the nice thing is that it will give you an extra set of containers that you could use as a giveaway. And also, if you're streaming your videos on demand, you really could give away the program, the DVD like the program itself, a set of DVDs, if you were to buy the base kit. You can just do the digital unlock, but it would give you, I think it's like maybe $20 or $30 more to get the base kit, and that would give you 2 good prizes. And or like Jalen told us on Monday that this challenge pack unfortunately isn't coming with containers. So if you have previous challengers, if you have anybody who's already got containers, then you don't necessarily need to give them to them. But if you have the base kit for the quarter force, then you could offer a set of containers to anybody who gets a quarter force challenge pack. And I would probably recommend doing that whether or not you have them to give away or you have to pay the $10 for them. Because it's essentially you're investing a little bit, to like help them to be successful again. And it might get people to to be successful with it, so that then you've got potential future coaches and that kind of thing. So that's the 31st also. And then, okay, starting on the, okay, let me not forget this one. This upcoming Monday, the 24th through the 24th through that Friday or whatever, and we're starting prep on Saturday for it, but it's that free group, that 7-day free group, that the whole point of this is to get people in there. So you want to have them sign up with the on-demand under your coach account in order for them to get to participate in the free group. The only thing you really need to require of them is that they sign up for the free trial of on-demand so that they can do the workouts with us next week. And the benefit for each of us of doing that is that it doesn't cost them anything. And throughout the group, at the end of the group, we tell them how to cancel it. However, what it does is make them your customer. So that if in the future they want to get a challenge pack, they are already your customer. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So it's beneficial. Yeah, Lindsay.
I just have a question.
Sure.
So I have someone interested already. So
Great.
Whenever that group gets going, will you add me to it?
Yes.
And
she actually opened it up today. So I will add you to it.
Perfect. And then how do I just add someone on demand? I haven't done that before yet.
Okay. So do you have the BB Links app?
I need to get it.
Okay. Get the BB Links app. It just makes it super duper easy. So I'm going to give you the instructions. It's really simple. So you go to other links on the bottom. There's a little thing that says other links or other. Okay. Let me look at what it actually means. I just want to make sure I'm telling you right. Yeah, it looks like a book and it says other links. You click on that and then do shop and sign up links, which is it's the middle option.
Okay.
And then you're going to do the middle one it says club membership or BOD trial, Beachbody on Demand trial, BOD trial. And that will take them to where they get the 30 free days of Beachbody on Demand.
Okay.
That will
perfect.
sign them up under you for Beachbody on Demand. And then basically at the end of the group, at the end of this free week, Jaylyn goes in there and does a live video about, hey, we're so glad you participated with us. These are your options. You either need to cancel your on-demand, and she has a graphic with the instructions so nobody feels like they're being scammed, or you need to get in touch with your coach. We've got another, and the perfect thing about this group is that it goes right into that group that starts prep week on that Monday for a challenge group, for an actual challenge group. Or you need to get together with your coach if you want to continue on with this and get yourself a challenge pack and keep going. And she does say, I think your coach will reach out to you. So we have to follow up with the people that are in that group to see what they thought, to see if they'd like to keep going with another challenge group with us and get a challenge pack by choosing the workout that they want to. And that's what's great about also having them try on demand. It gives them the opportunity to try several different workout programs and to see the variety that's available on demand and the fixate that I finally looked through that today and I was like, that's sweet. I had not watched any of the recipe videos on the fixate little part of Beachbody on Demand. I'm like, that's cool. You can watch them. They're 5 minutes, but they give you these recipes that some of them look really yummy. Some of them just seem too gourmet for me. There's an ahi tuna burger thingy majigger. I'm like, no, not so much for me. Anyway, okay. So
thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
There is another way to have them do it through the website. But that's the easiest thing is to just send them that link.
Okay.
And if you can just find that link on your BB Links, then you can send it to anybody and everybody who wants to, And what I would do too is if you have people who are interested, you want to send them a message explaining what it is, how it works, that we're going to be giving them clean eating, we're going to be going on Saturday and Sunday and giving them some meal plans so that they can go shopping for the food so that they can make healthier choices that Monday through Friday. All of those kind of things are going to be covered Saturday and Sunday. So tell them it's prep Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday through Friday, it's the clean eating, and they can obviously do the workouts from the day that they sign up to. That's something else to mention, but that the whole purpose of it is for them to get an experience of eating with the lifestyle. And, Jalen talks a little bit about portion control, like the sizes of things. But obviously, the big thing she always tells people is, this is my bracket, my calorie bracket. You might be in a different bracket. So really the only way to be successful for yourself is to get the program and to figure out which bracket you would be in to have the best results, etc. So there's a ton of value and a ton of motivation for people in this prep week group to get themselves into a challenge group, to actually jump, to do it, to get in there for themselves. So, but I would send them a message and just say, the only thing you have to do in order to get into the group, and I would make it like you have to, because you don't want to, it ties them to you so that they can't get all this free stuff and free value from you and then go to somebody else for a challenge pack. It ties them to you as a coach. And I think that that's okay, because it just shows that they, it's them showing that they're willing to invest something in you. And it's not costing them anything unless they choose to not cancel it. You know what I mean? It's not costing them anything, but it is the commitment. It is, okay, yes, I am going to commit to this, So I would highly recommend having people who want to be in that group do the Beachbody On Demand. They kind of need to do it. They need to do it. Okay. We are going to have there's going to be a group starting November 28th for Quarter Force. You can have other people in the group, but it's going to be mainly Quarter Force. So that's the 28th of November. Now the 14th of November, we're going to do another free group exactly like the one next week. So we're going to be doing these every month to give people that opportunity to try it. So that's the 14th through the 21st. November the 17th is going to be a coaching sneak peek into coaching. And this is something, we've done these before, but I don't know if you guys have really had the opportunity / posted about inviting people into the coaching sneak peeks, where we get on live and we do our videos. But we are also going to do one at the end of this month, but I didn't catch the date. I think it's going to be next Thursday, I think. Let me double check on that, and I'll get back to you on that. But what you want to do is you want to talk about coaching in just little, like I was talking about, Lindsay, how you're fitting it into the cracks, how the relationships have helped you, just tossing it in. And then you want to do one post about it. Like, a bunch of the coaches and I are getting together to talk about coaching, what it is, why we, how it works for us, how we're making it fit into our lives, etc. We'd be more than happy to have you jump in. It's, no obligation, just an opportunity for you to learn more. And you just, do a post like that sometime in the week before, and invite people to join you with that. I'll get the date on the one this month. Anyway, so there's one of those, November 17th. We're doing another sneak peek on December 15th. This is just, so it's really the same thing every month. It's just, obviously different dates. And then the free challenge in December will be the 5th through the 12th of December, so that it's not getting too close to Christmas. And then we're not going to do I don't think there'll be another coach group that'll start until the end of December, or another challenge group that'll start until the end of December. So those are just some of the dates. Like I said, I will get a calendar done this week for you that has everything for the next few months, so that you can see it at a glance. And I'll also try and include on there when to talk about what. So you don't want to overwhelm people with talking about a challenge group and a coaching sneak peek and this and that and the other all at the same time. So you really take it the week before something happens, you want to be talking about the thing that happens the next week, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So that's really all the date stuff that I had there any other questions? Do you guys have any other questions about that stuff? No, you're good. Chantel, you're the only one I can see. Amber's gone in video, and we lost Lindsay. So if that all, hey, back. If that all sounds good to you / you're okay with, then we're just, I think at this point, the important thing about the end of the year is to not get super duper overkill with groups and stuff. I'm actually really quite glad that we're not going to do 2 each month here at the end of the year, because there's a lot of holidays and a lot of things that people are working around. So I think if you're just focused on 1 group a month, it does help people to know that, like, we aren't doing it, every 5 minutes. Okay, there's Lindsay. She's back.
I just have a question about the calendar. Like, I was looking at Jaylen's the other day. Is it going to be like still on the same Google thing?
Yeah, so that's the same. It's going to be exactly the same. You can actually look at Jaylen's calendar, and it's like I was going to create the same one. So
Okay,
were you able to, which group did she post that in? Did she post it in the coach page?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't really need to make a separate calendar, because we're going to stick with her schedule till the end of the year.
Okay.
Like, we're going to stick with that team schedule till the end of the year. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys just want to go into the Motivation Nation coach page, and get it off of there, she's already got it done. That's right. She did post it in there. And I'm like, I couldn't remember if she posted it just for the leaders or if she posted it for all the coaches on the team.
Now, the issue with her calendar is when you go into like details, there's nothing there.
Yeah. And I think that she probably just put things in. Sorry, I got to fix this real fast. There you go. She probably just put things in on the Monday or whatever, just to show which weeks and the dates of things. But it's going to be the same format as it has been. The free group will be Saturday, Sunday, unless there's one that's different. But she's probably just got the dates in there and the actual event that's happening, right?
Kind of. But
kind
like,
of. I'll
and then
go
she's
look
got
at it. And
yeah,
if you
she's
have
got like a
questions
talk
about specific things on the calendar, just do it in the message thread, and I can give you all the details of everything.
Okay.
Yeah, if there are specific things you have questions about, then let's just talk about it in the message thread.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions about the calendar for the next couple of months? No? Okay. The other thing I did just want to briefly talk about with you guys today for just a minute was, sorry, I just put that down for a second. Oh no, where did you go? Sorry. is module 1. So just really quickly, what were some of the things that you learned from it? Lindsay, what was your biggest takeaway, do you think, from module 1? Amber, did you get a chance to do it? Module 1 in the TeamInspirnation training? Amber, can you hear me? You can't hear me? Or you didn't get a chance to do it? You have to be quiet. Oh, I'm very quiet? That's all you can hear? Wait. All right. Lindsay, you talk to us. I don't know what she's got going on.
Okay. I thought every single video was good. Some of them were really good refreshers, but my 2 favorites were the Power Hour. I loved how Ashley Smith went through every single page and explained every single thing. A lot like you had done, but hers is like even more detailed, her version of it.
Yes.
And then I loved Jaylen's video. I actually did the whole exercise where you're supposed to like list the 10 coolest things that you've ever done and the 10 defining moments in your life. And when I had to actually sit down and go through that and list things out on a piece of paper, I came up with so many things I haven't even touched on in my posting. Like my whole preeclampsia thing with Sean. Like, I haven't even mentioned that. And that's something I totally could talk about because I'm sure there's a lot of people that could relate to it.
Oh, for sure.
It was a really good reflective exercise for me just to be like, I really have been through a lot. Or like, I've really done a lot of cool things that so many people could probably relate to, but because I haven't mentioned it, they don't know about it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, for sure. It was like me talking yesterday about my delivery with Ben. I just never really talked about it a whole lot. And I still could probably do 5 or 10 more posts about it, like in more specifics and details and things like that. Because I was really quite general yesterday. But yeah, like things like that. Like I'm like, oh, I'd never really shared that, or that I was thinking about maybe doing a VBAC or whatever. Like people don't know things unless you say it. And I'm really glad that you were able to take the time to do that. I watched the video. I need to do the exercise though, because I think it's helpful for all of us, honestly. Like if there's one thing, if it's just good. And then you have now you have a huge list of things that if you're like, what am I going to post about? You can go look at that really fast and be like, oh, I really haven't talked about this, or I should share about my experience with Sean, or, or I know that you guys want to have another baby, but that's something that it is very vulnerable, but at the same time, there are a lot of people who feel the way that you do, I'm sure. If I could just get a little bit healthier before I had another one, or, you know what I mean? I think that to share those insecurities and those vulnerabilities really helps people to see how human we are, and helps them to trust us more. Just so that we don't just look like, yeah, I show up and I do my workout and I drink my shake and I'm la 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 la. That there's a lot more. Again, Beachbody is not my life. I have my life, and Beachbody is part of it. So sweet. I agree. The other thing I really liked was I really liked Tara's talking about building relationships and how she does that. I think that my biggest takeaway from that was to really make sure that most of it happens behind the scenes. I am super diligent at commenting on people's posts on Facebook. I'm very, very good at doing that, like scrolling through my newsfeed, looking for people who, like, if they have a cute baby picture or a new thing happening. I'm really good to comment on it. Not so good at messaging them in the background. And actually starting a conversation that is more meaningful, to find out how things are going with their baby, asking them how the sleeping and eating is going, or, oh, I really enjoyed your post about this. How is this going? How are you doing? And it doesn't have anything to do with Beachbody. That's the thing. I feel like I'm really good at being a surface coach, like for other people's lives. But it takes a little bit more effort and energy to really show genuine concern for, genuine interest in other people. And so I really liked what she shared about that. And that most of the relationship building should happen behind the scenes, in a message, in a text with people that you don't want to message with, like that better than that, like text them or call them or, but that was one thing that really stood out to me, because I thought, oh, I'm not very good about that, about messaging and doing that behind the scenes. So if you didn't get a chance to get module 1 done this week, I don't know. I really don't know if Amber was able to get done or not. I couldn't tell. Chantel, if you can get a chance this week to fit it in, then do. It's so helpful. It really is, just like those reminders. And I'm gonna just move on to module 2 this week. I'm gonna do it myself. And I also think that if nothing else, I would recommend doing the Power Hour video. Of course, they're the 2 longest ones, but it's still only 25 minutes total. But Ashley Smith's Power Hour video in there, and Jaylen's share your story, that video, and then the corresponding documents that go with it, that tell you how to. And Micah's got a whole thing that was really cool like that. Did you see her whole 4-page thing, Lindsay, in the Google Drive? It's sweet. It step by step tells you how to build your story, how to create the perfect post if you're telling your story. I'm like, this is gold. And the thing is, it kills me, guys, I've seen it before. I opened it and I was like, this is very familiar to me. Like I said, a lot of it's reminders, but it's good reminders, because things just get pushed aside and we get busy and we forget, and so it's just good to be reminded of things. So let's move on to module 2 this week. And then the last thing that I just wanted to briefly mention before I hop off today is that Success Club. So Jalen, bless her heart, she like totally hit the nail on the head for all of her leader coaches. I wanted to paint just a really quick picture that none of her personally sponsored coaches hit Success Club last month. Like none of us did. And that none of our, like very few of our coaches hit Success Club because we didn't hit Success Club. And so I would just say that if you really want to see your business move forward, then you really want to have your eyes set on at least Success Club 5 for the month. And what that takes is consistency of posts and then building those relationships in the background and then actually inviting people to join the challenge groups, to join the free groups, and to participate with you. I was expressing some frustration in not getting a whole lot of traction. I feel like the pregnant lady that nobody really wants to get health advice from. And I know it's not true, but I like a lot of things were shared that I'm like, oh, you're right. I should be sharing about that. And I need to just be more consistently posting things. Like I did my dinner last night and that got a ton of like people just watching, and I was able to explain how I'm doing it while I'm pregnant and just being out there more. And it goes to Amber's quote today of like getting out of your comfort zone. Like this is not, we're asked to do things that are uncomfortable to help other people because other people are scared to get out of their comfort zones too. And so that's, I think, what I would leave you with today is like, I really felt it when she was telling us like, you guys have to hit Success Club if you want your businesses to move forward, like if you want to have success in the business. And that means inviting people to do it. That means you've got to be brave. You've got to put the post out there that says,